Okay, we're going to introduce the first symmetrical scale that we're going to use in our compositions, which is the whole tone scale. Pretty familiar, I think, to a lot of people. The whole tone scale consists of only whole steps, therefore, the whole tone scale, right? So if we started on C, and let's make this eighth notes, I would go up a whole step to D, then to E, then to F sharp, then to G sharp, then to A sharp, and to continue the scale, I have to jump up to C. So what this scale does is it divides the octave, the 12-tone octave, into 6 equal parts. Our notational system is not super well designed for this scale because we have this awkward interval here of a diminished third when really it's just another whole step, right? And if we decided to try to fix that by spelling this as B flat, then we've got that problem here. Now, the sound of the whole tone scale, I think, is pretty common in note flight here. Oops, I'm going to just say, what do I need to do here? Let's make this piano, and let's add a pedal here just to get the sort of sound we want. Let's drag that out, right? So this is the sort of dreamy sound of the whole tone scale, right? Familiar. Let's use integer notation to talk about what the members of this scale are. So we're going to go here and call this 0, right? D is 2. E is 4, F sharp is 6. If you're confused, watch the prior video on pitch class integer notation. 8, and this is T, and back to 0. And you'll notice something really interesting that the integers help us see that the actual notation doesn't, which is that all of these notes are even integers, right? Now, we've got half of all of the 12 pitch classes here. And you can imagine that if we started a similar scale, instead of on C sharp, right? Let's go here. And actually, maybe we'll call it D flat just for spelling purposes. And I'm going to go up to E flat, F, G, A, B, and again, here I have this awkwardly back up to D flat, right? Here we've got, this is the other 6 pitch classes, right? And if I label those pitch classes, which you know I love to do, we're going to call this 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, E, and back to 1. Right? So these are all odd numbers, and these are all even numbers, and that's it. We only have those 2 scales. And I'm going to name these scales after their lowest pitch class integer. So I'm going to call this scale whole tone 0, and I'm going to call this scale whole tone 1. And that's it. There are no other whole tone scales, and I want to make one thing really clear. Let's say I start this scale on E, right? Here's E. I'm going to start on E. We'll go to F sharp, G sharp, E sharp, C, D, back to E, right? This is whole tone what? Not 4. Even though E is 4, this is whole tone 0, right? It doesn't matter what note the scale actually starts on. It's hard to really distinguish because it's so symmetrical. So no matter what note we start on, this is whole tone 0. And if I started this on A or on D flat or on E flat, wherever I start it, this is whole tone 1. And we can use this scale to do scale, we can do scalar stuff. I'm just playing on my keyboard. We can make chords. Or improvise, compose. We're going to use this scale plenty. I want you to get a sense of what it is in these two versions of the scale. And that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed.